So the story's a bit long with my career. I raced go-karts for 2 years, 13 and 14. Then I get into junior racing cars. You start figuring out, okay, I want to be an IndyCar driver one day. Where do we go next? And you start racing these little baby Indy cars, right? Mm-hmm. So I went to racing school, learned how to drive a formula car, which is what an Indy car is. And then you try and understand the system. Okay, what are the levels, And in racing, it's kind of like playing park league baseball to high school baseball, then to college, and then hopefully you get drafted into like AAA, and then maybe you go to the pros, right? There's levels to it. Racing's no different. You're starting with go-karts, and then you go to cars, and you got to work up the levels. So once I got into car racing, it was, all right, how do we find the money to really make this happen? Because it gets expensive. Mm-hmm. Racing is a sport where you have to have sponsorship. You have to have funding. The gas isn't going to appear out of nowhere. The tires aren't going to appear out of nowhere. The mechanics aren't going to appear out of nowhere. Someone's got to pay the bill, right?
And most race car drivers don't have the means to do it.
Most don't. Some do. If you're fortunate to come from the right background, or maybe your grandfather or somebody has the means to make it happen. And believe me, I was very fortunate. We had the means to start out more than others. So we could pay for go-karting. We could pay for those first levels of racing cars. But once you get to that point, you hit a wall and you go, man, to go to the next level and to keep trying to progress and get to the professional level, you need so much funding and backing that it almost looks impossible. You're like, well, how am I going to go sell myself? How am I going to make a business out of myself and maybe become a professional race car driver one day? A lot of the way people do it is through an investment vehicle. You have to get people to invest into yourself as a business. And so you hear a lot of success stories for race car drivers that made it and had a 20-year career, that they found people to invest into them. And they took on a big risk, but they sold them the idea that, look, I'm worth this risk. We have a plan in place. And if we stick to it, we can make it to the professional level. And that's really what happened with me. There was an investment vehicle that got put into place, created a company, essentially. People invested into my future, and trying to fuel that excitement for the potential and the growth. It's hard to do, because just from a commercial standpoint, if you're like, hey, I'm going to go sell, let's take Power Home Solar. Yeah. There would be no value for me trying to pitch Power Home Solar and saying, please come sponsor my race car. I can't give you any visibility. Now, unless I have like a B2B relationship, and this is where race car drivers get really creative. They'll take a company like Power Home Solar and they'll say, okay, let me figure out what Power Home Solar needs, and I'm going to go try and fulfill that need, and I'm going to bring it to you. Now, if I can bring you a business deal that works for Power Home Solar, and I can get, sort of an offset from that deal, or at least a cut of that, and then use it for sponsorship, it's a win-win for everybody. Wow. And, that's how it works. So B2B business deals have become so popular with race car drivers. They're either doing that or they're creating an investment vehicle for themselves to try and make it to the top level. And most guys, they rely on that investment vehicle, trying to find the right people to back them. And I've got some crazy stories with that.